3. Whispers in the dark. Clara's breath rattled in her chest as she ran, her shoes sliding on the wet tiles. Every corner looked the same. Every hallway was endless. The hospital was swallowing her whole. The whispers followed. At first, they were soft, like a breeze. Then they grew louder, clearer, as if hundreds of voices were speaking over each other. Some begged, some cried, some laughed. But all of them knew her name. Clara, Clara, Clara. She covered her ears, but the voices only grew stronger, now inside her head. Her light swung wildly across the corridor until it landed on a door. It was open just slightly, a faint glow coming from within. She hesitated. Her chest heaved. Any place is better than this hallway. She pushed the door and stepped inside. The room looked like a patient ward. 4 beds, broken and rusted, stood in a row. Curtains half torn between them. On the walls, faded photographs were taped up. Smiling families, children, weddings. The pictures were yellowed, wet, their faces blurred. Clara moved closer, raising her flashlight. At first, they looked normal. But then she saw it. Every photograph had the same mark scratched over the faces, an X, deep and violent. Her stomach tightened. She stepped back, bumping into one of the beds. The mattress was damp. She shone her light down. It was soaked, dark red. Clara stumbled away, her hand over her mouth, trying not to scream. Then she heard the curtain move. Slow, soft, like fingers dragging the fabric. Her light snapped to it. The curtain swayed gently, though no air moved. A shadow stood behind it. Tall, motionless, waiting. Hello? She whispered, her voice breaking. The shadow did not move. Her heart pounded against her ribs. She reached out, her fingers shaking, and pulled the curtain back. Nothing. The bed was empty. But when she turned back, toward the door, the shadow was there, at the entrance. Tall, faceless, blocking her way out. Clara screamed, her light shaking in her hand. She bolted past the beds and lunged for the window. She tried to open it, but it was sealed, unbreakable. When she turned back, the shadow was gone. Her body shook so hard she could barely stand. She stumbled back into the hallway. The whispers grew louder again. Now they were closer, circling her. Some laughed in her ears, sharp and cruel. Others hissed words she didn't understand, in languages she had never heard. Her light flickered. And for a split second, she wasn't in a hallway anymore. She was in an operating room. Blood covered the walls. Surgical tools glistened under a dim red light. Figures in white coats surrounded her, faceless, their hands moving quickly with knives and saws. She screamed. The light flickered back. She was in the hall again. Her chest heaved. Her knees nearly gave way. Tears streamed down her face. She whispered to herself over and over, "This isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't real." But her hands were sticky. She looked down. Her palms were covered in blood. A sound broke through the whispers. Click, click, click. Like something metal tapping on the floor, slowly, closer. Clara froze. She turned her light toward the found. At the end of the hall, a wheelchair rolled out of the shadows. No one was pushing it. The wheel squeaked as it moved forward by itself, stopping just a few meters away. On the seat lay a medical file, old, dirty, soaked from water. Her name was written on the cover, Clara Evans. She picked it up with trembling hands. The pages inside were filled with black and white photos. Not strangers, her. Pictures of her sitting in her car, walking on the street, sleeping in her own bed. Her vision blurred. She dropped the file, the paper scattering. The whispers turned into laughter now, loud, echoing, mocking. And through the laughter, one voice rose above the rest, deep, cold, clear. We've been waiting for you.